Hi everyone! Again, my name is Julie and I am practicing at the office of Emma Schmidt and Associates, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about polyamory. What is polyamory? People have a lot of different ideas of what they think it is, and usually when someone hears polyamory, they respond with, oh, that's a couple who's been married for 20 years and somebody got bored and wanted to include a third party into the mix, or it's just an excuse for people to cheat and have multiple partners. However, polyamory is actually very different as someone who is truly practicing it. So what is polyamory? It is really a lifestyle choice that an individual makes to have relationships with multiple individuals. And the reason that they choose this lifestyle is because they feel that love is not limited to one person, that not just one person can fully fulfill somebody's mental, emotional, physical needs, and therefore think that it makes more sense to include others into their lives that can fulfill those needs rather than trying to put it all on one person, place that burden on one individual. So what does that look like even? So polyamory really looks like, typically there starts with a primary relationship, and that would look like typically a marriage relationship where we would see two spouses together or two very committed individuals spending the fullness of their lives together. They may live together or they may just be highly committed to one another. Just typical marriage relationship that you would think of. Then there are secondary relationships, and that's what we would think of as like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, somebody who's there to fulfill some emotional or physical needs that the primary partner is maybe unable to provide. Could be that they're traveling a lot, could be that they have a lot of their own emotional issues and they're just not able to fulfill the needs of the primary partner, and so they have a secondary partner to help fill those needs from time to time. And then there are also tertiary relationships, which could include more of like very intimate friendships. Again, it's a way to get this emotional love tank filled when the primary partner is unavailable, and it's just a great way to experience the fullness of another person, as polyamorists would describe it to be. In terms of cheating, a lot of people say, you know, polyamory, oh, well then again, that's just a way for cheating, right? Your partner isn't enough for you. What's the deal here? However, polyamory is really based on this pure form of honesty. It involves being incredibly vulnerable with your primary partner, sharing any comforts, discomforts, the fullness of who you are, so that there's no questions, there's no doubts, there are no false expectations. And therefore, cheating is very possible in a polyamorous relationship, very much as it would be in a monogamous relationship. And what that looks like is if one of the primary partners lies about who they're seeing, or if they go beyond preset boundaries that the couple had initially agreed on. So they would be going behind their partner's back and seeing somebody else without telling them, even though they had agreed that they would do that. So there's typically an agreement of boundaries within these relationships so that everybody knows what's going on, so that nobody gets hurt. Everybody's really aware of what's happening. Now, polyamory isn't the most practiced form of a relationship currently in the United States. Monogamy is still the most practiced form. However, it is a lifestyle that many people are becoming curious about or are committing themselves to. There are plenty of polyamorists out there who say that they've been in a 10-year or longer relationship, and that could be with their primary partner. They might be living with another couple who's like kind of their secondary, or they may even live in a house with 6 people. And they find that that's very fulfilling for them, that they get their emotional needs fulfilled by being with multiple people, kind of sharing this very deep felt experience with others, feeling loved and honest, and acknowledging that one person simply isn't enough, that we can't place the burden of one person to fully fulfill all of our needs. And so polyamorists find that including others in the relationship, but in a very open and honest way, is a way to ensure these needs are truly met. If polyamory is something you have reservations about or you have questions about, I encourage you to do your own research and see, you know, what are people out there saying about it. Even if it's not something that you're interested in, it's so good to know what are other people out there doing. We want to come from a place of non-judgment, especially in this space, and what works best for you might not work best for them, and vice versa. So I encourage you to do research, and if you have questions, I'm going to post a blog about this as well, and we can have a little bit of a conversation in the comments section with other curiosities that you might have about it. Thank you so much.